This is Kyle Varble and my reflections on my business negotiations. One strength that I thought that I had was an ability to create some strategic agreements. So I did this through soft bundling, where I got everybody to kind of conditionally agree upon not definitely deciding, but just kind of leaving it tentative and needed to change. Our textbook says this helps encourage open and flexible relationships by allowing us to refocus on points, even if the situation changes later.
So maybe we should, I think the term is soft bundle some of these, where we haven't really agreed on anything until the end, tentatively.
Yeah, so tentatively D, but if it doesn't work out for Kyle, then we can go E if it works out for everybody else, but not Kyle.
And by doing this allowed us in the Towers negotiation for all four of us to achieve 135 points and left feeling flexible and happy with the final agreement. Another way I did this was through log rolling, where I gave up and conceded on some terms that I didn't feel as strongly about in exchange for a more highly preferred outcome. And overall, this allows for the overall outcomes to be higher for everybody. And this is an example I did this in the Towers negotiation.
And I guess in many ways, since I got 0 on maintenance, I kind of log rolled that because then I got something else that I wanted to do. So maintenance or advertising instead.
And this allowed each of us to achieve points that were more important to us. So I completely log rolled or kind of settled with a 0 on temperature and maintenance in exchange for a highly preferred option of advertising for 90 points. A weakness though that I saw that I have is I was a little too quickly to concede, and I did that a little too early, where I accepted something lower than I probably should have. I should have pushed back against Brianna and Brandon a little bit more, in an effort to kind of have a more integrative, mutually beneficial agreement to everybody instead of just to them. So I left feeling a little frustrated, a little disappointed with myself, and this is what happened.
My thought process is that if we so I'm selling alcohol, and we should sell that towards the front of the store, because people come in just for beer, they're not going to want to lug that heavy case throughout the entire store.
But if we put you at the back of the store, they
pass by
walk by
everything else.
everybody's store on their beer runs, and so we have the possibility to make more money.
So by this, I should have pressed a little bit further for a shared solution amongst everybody that would have better met everybody's needs, and in the future I hope to be a little more assertive. Another strength that I thought that I had was I was willing to use my BATNA. So BATNA is the best alternative to a negotiated agreement, and it kind of allows for a backup plan, but it ultimately gives you more leverage in the negotiation. So it's an alternative course of action that could be taken if the goal agreement isn't obtained. So it's one thing to have a BATNA, but it's another to be willing to use it. And I was able to actually use it in my negotiation with my partner. So after 36 hours, I emailed him 3 times and never did get a reply. And this would happen very much within the real world too, where you're considering other options as well. So I identified this Queensland barbecue that I could potentially go with, and ultimately I enacted my BATNA by signing it with this other company. This allowed me to save the frustration of waiting for my partner to reply, along with different frustration that might have happened should I have entered an agreement with him, causing me to agree to a non-ideal agreement. However, I did notice a weakness in this case of myself too, where there was temporal synchronization errors, where I became frustrated that I couldn't control the time or the order in which he was replying, and didn't fully consider his busy schedule, along with some sinister attribution bias, where I blamed him for other aspects. So in this, I might have assumed that he was a bad person because of his lack of reply. So in the future, I need to remember to not become emotional and blame the other party, and to remain objective, separating the people from the problems. Thank you for listening. That is it.